The Chronicles of Eldoria, The Awakening of the Ancient. Chapter 1, The Call of Destiny. Life in Loria. In the land of Eldoria, where magic and mystery intertwined with the fabric of reality, a new dawn was breaking. The skies, painted in shades of orange and purple, heralded a day unlike any other. Eldoria was a kingdom where mythical creatures roamed freely, and ancient forests whispered secrets to those who listened. A small village called Loria lay on the edge of the enchanted forest. It was a peaceful place where villagers led simple lives, untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Children ran through cobblestone streets, artisans worked in their workshops, and farmers sold their produce at the local market. However, today a sense of anticipation filled the village. The elder of Loria, a wise and venerable man named Elrian, had called for a meeting in the town square. Among the villagers was a young woman named Lyra, with hair as red as fire and emerald green eyes. She was a striking figure. Lyra was known for her adventurous spirit and insatiable curiosity. She had always felt that her destiny lay beyond the borders of Loria. Since she was a child, she had felt a special connection to the enchanted forest, spending hours exploring its paths and talking to the magical creatures that inhabited it. As the crowd gathered, Lyra's heart beat with excitement. There was something in the air, a sense that something big was about to happen. Her childhood friend Mira, a young woman with an innate ability to heal animals, approached her. "Do you feel that, Lyra?" Mira asked, her eyes filled with curiosity. "Something important is about to happen. I can feel it in my bones." Lyra nodded. "Yes, Mira, I feel that my destiny is calling me. Something tells me my life is about to change." Elrian stepped forward, his staff striking the cobblestones rhythmically. "People of Loria," he began, his voice resonating with authority, "a great prophecy is upon us. The stars have aligned, and the ancient texts speak of a hero who will rise to face the darkness that threatens our land." Murmurs spread through the crowd, and Lyra felt a strange certainty. She had always felt different, as if an invisible force was guiding her. Elrian's gaze met hers, and he nodded imperceptibly. Lyra knew then that her journey was about to begin. "Eldoria has prospered for centuries," Elrian continued, "but now a shadow looms over our world. An ancient evil has awakened, and only a hero can stop it. According to the prophecy, that hero is someone from our own village." After the meeting, Lyra retreated to a quiet corner of the forest to reflect. She sat by a crystal-clear stream, listening to the gentle murmur of the water. She felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders, but also an indescribable excitement. "If the prophecy is true, then I must act," she told herself. "I cannot ignore this call. My place is in the heart of this struggle." With renewed determination, Lyra returned home to prepare for her departure. She packed her backpack with essentials: a dagger inherited from her father, a woolen cloak for the cold nights in the forest, and a jade pendant her mother had given her, saying it would bring her luck. That night, before sleeping, she had a disturbing dream. She saw a forest in flames, a golden dragon, and a voice whispering her name. Upon waking, she knew she had to seek the guidance of Elder Elrian once more. The next morning, Lyra went to Elrian's house, a cozy cabin on the edge of the village. The elder greeted her with a wise smile. "I knew you would come, Lyra," Elrian said. "The prophecy has chosen well. You have a brave heart and a noble soul." "But how will I know what to do? Where should I go?" Lyra asked anxiously. "The first step is always the hardest," Elrian replied. You must follow your intuition and trust the friends you will make along the way. But first, seek out Astria, the white unicorn of the enchanted forest. She will guide you on your journey. With those words and a blessing of protection, Lyra set out, knowing she was about to embark on an adventure that would change her life and the fate of Eldoria forever. Chapter 2: The Enchanted Forest. Armed with nothing more than a sense of purpose and a small backpack of provisions, Lyra headed into the enchanted forest. The path was overgrown, and the trees stood like silent sentinels. The air was thick with the scent of moss and earth, and strange magical creatures flitted among the bushes. The enchanted forest was an ancient place, filled with magic. The trees were so tall that their canopies seemed to touch the sky, and the roots snaked like serpents beneath the ground. Lyra moved cautiously, feeling the invisible eyes of the forest creatures watching her. As she ventured deeper, Lyra encountered a majestic creature, a unicorn with a coat as white as snow, and a horn that gleamed with an iridescent light. "Greetings, traveler," the unicorn spoke, its voice melodious and calming. "I am Astria. You seek the truth of your destiny." Lyra nodded, amazed. "I am Lyra. The elder spoke of a prophecy. I believe I am meant to fulfill it." Astria inclined her head. "Indeed, Lyra. The ancients have chosen you, but to unlock your true potential, you must seek the guardian of the forest, a dragon named Draconis. He resides in the glade of the heart of the forest." With Astria's guidance, Lyra made her way to the glade of the heart of the forest. Along the way, Astria told her stories about the ancient magic of the forest, the creatures that inhabited it, and the trials Lyra would have to face. The glade was a place of serene beauty, with a crystal-clear pond at its center. As she approached, a massive dragon emerged from the shadows, its scales shimmering like molten gold. "Who dares enter my domain?" Draconis' voice rumbled like thunder. Lyra stepped forward, unafraid. "I am Lyra, chosen by the prophecy. I seek your wisdom and guidance." Draconis studied her for a moment before nodding. "Very well, Lyra. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but you possess the courage and strength required. Your first task is to retrieve the crystal of truth from the Cave of Shadows. It will reveal your true purpose." Chapter 3: The Cave of Shadows. The Cave of Shadows lay at the edge of the Forbidden Mountains, a place shrouded in eternal twilight. Lyra's journey was arduous, but her determination never wavered. Along the way, she faced various trials of endurance, including a magical storm that nearly veered her off course. The entrance to the cave was guarded by a fearsome creature, a chimera with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. The chimera's eyes burned with an inner fire, and it growled menacingly as Lyra approached. "I seek the crystal of truth," Lyra declared, standing tall before the chimera. The chimera's eyes glowed with fiery intensity. "Only the worthy may enter. Prove your worth by solving the riddle of the ancients." The riddle was complex, testing Lyra's wit and wisdom. It consisted of 3 parts: a test of knowledge about Eldoria's history, a test of logic, and a test of perception. After moments of contemplation, she solved the riddle, earning the chimera's respect. "You may pass," the creature said, stepping aside. Inside the cave, shadows danced on the walls and an eerie silence filled the air. Lyra moved forward, guided by an invisible force. In the heart of the cave, she found the crystal of truth, its light piercing the darkness. As she touched it, visions flooded her mind, images of an ancient battle, a dark sorcerer, and a powerful artifact known as the Amulet of Eternity. Chapter 4. The Dark Sorcerer. Returning to the glade of the heart of the forest, Lyra recounted her visions to Draconis. The dark sorcerer you saw is Malachar, a being of immense power and malice, Draconis explained. He seeks the Amulet of Eternity to plunge Eldoria into eternal darkness. You must stop him, Lyra, but you will not be alone. Astria appeared alongside Draconis, accompanied by a group of allies, a elven archer named Alandra, a dwarven warrior named Thrain, and a mysterious mage named Kale. Together, they formed a formidable team, each possessing unique skills and strengths. Their journey took them to the ruins of Eldara, where the Amulet of Eternity was said to be hidden. The ruins were a labyrinth of ancient stone and vines, filled with traps and guardians. As they navigated the treacherous paths, they faced numerous challenges, relying on their combined abilities to overcome each obstacle. In the heart of the ruins, they confronted Malachar, cloaked in darkness. His eyes gleamed with malevolent power. "You are too late, he taunted. "The amulet will be mine, and the kingdom will fall." A fierce battle ensued. Malachar wielded dark magic, but Lyra and her companions fought valiantly. Elandra's arrows struck true. Thrain's axe tore through Malachar's defenses, and Kale's spells countered the dark sorcerer's magic. In the end, it was Lyra who delivered the final blow, breaking Malachar's staff and defeating him. Chapter 5. The Restoration of Balance. With Malachar defeated, the Amulet of Eternity lay before them. Its power was immense, and Lyra knew it must be protected. Draconis and Astria guided her to the sacred grove, where the amulet could be sealed, its power safeguarded forever. Returning to Loria, the villagers hailed them as heroes. Elrian smiled, his eyes filled with pride. "You have fulfilled the prophecy, Lyra. The kingdom is safe thanks to your courage and determination." Lyra's heart swelled with gratitude. She had discovered her true purpose, not just as a heroine, but as a protector. Her journey had forged unbreakable bonds with her companions, and together they would ensure that the kingdom's light never dimmed. Epilogue: A New Dawn. The land flourished, its people living in harmony with the magical creatures that roamed the forests and mountains. Lyra and her companions became legends, their stories told and retold through the generations. And so, under the watchful eyes of the ancients, the kingdom entered a new era of peace and prosperity. Lyra and her friends' adventures were far from over, for in a world where magic and wonder were ever present, new quests and challenges awaited. The chronicles would continue, with new heroes rising to protect the kingdom and keep the light against any darkness that dared to threaten their beloved world.